Welcome back to Behind the Scenes with Clara
and Sydney. Why couldn't my name be first?
Let it go, Sydney.
We're here to bring you exclusive stories about what it's really like behind the stage of your favorite musicals, or behind the scenes. And we're back with a whole new episode.
We're talking about Tech Week.
Tech Week. Oh my God.
This is definitely the most stressful week you're ever going to have in your life.
Ever. We're not even joking.
It's not a joke.
We're dead serious. If you could see us, if you could see our facial expressions right now, we're like, the Tech Week is kind of like, for theater kids, it's kind of like the bogeyman or like a monster. Like everyone's talking about like, you have to be ready for Tech Week. And then it's just so, it's so scary.
Or it's like a quiz. Everybody's like, I've got to study.
Oh God. So it depends on what theater company you're with, but for us, Tech Week is about
it's kind of split up into
4 days.
Yeah, it's split up into 4 days in show day. It's because we have our first show Friday night. So we don't have a Tech Week practice on Friday because we just go early for the show on Friday night and practice them. So I want to talk about day one.
Day one, Monday.
So it's the day where you kind of bring in all the set, and Maria changes what she needs to, but like without us running anything.
I know, like
we kind of
we'll run like a scene here and there. She'll be like, all right, we brought in the set, let's run this number this summer, but we're not having a continuous run of the entire show.
Yeah, because like if it's a number that the set is really important, she might want us to just get used to having the set there while we're doing it.
So we'll spend like 2 hours on the same exact number. And so, like, it's as painful as it sounds.
Like in Frozen, it was, do you want to build a snowman?
Oh
I was like the little Elsa, and we ran that number so many times because we had to get used to the door actually being there.
Yeah. Monday, everyone's pretty excited on Monday because everyone's like, oh yay, Tech Week, everyone gets there early, everyone's excited, and
always get there early.
Never
early is on time
is late, and late
is don't even bother to go.
Don't even bother showing up. Don't even bother showing up if you're late, because the director is going to be so mad at you.
It's not even worth it showing up if you're late.
I know. Also, another piece of advice for all of Tech Week, don't talk backstage. You may think no one can hear you, but they can.
Especially if one of your friends or even you has a mic. You don't know when they're going to accidentally turn on that mic. They can always accidentally turn on the mic. So just save the trouble and don't talk backstage.
Talk in the green room. That's what the green room's for. Talk quietly in the green room.
Yeah, just quietly, because you might not think they can hear you, but all the doors are open and the sound travels and they can hear you. You're screaming.
All right. Tuesday.
So, Tuesday, it's a little more stressful because this is the day where you start running
the entire show.
And everything changes.
I know, because Monday, you're just running a few scenes with the set, like the most important scenes. And it gets, Tech Week for me at least, I don't know if it was this, but it gets longer each time the closer you get to the show. Like the Monday, it may only be like 3 hours. Tuesday it'll be 3.5. Wednesday 4. 5.
Okay. Like,
Oh God.
But so Tuesday, it changes. Most of the not. I'm kind of over exaggerating when I say this, but most of the show changes. They're gonna change the choreography. I promise they will. You have to be prepared for them to change the choreography.
They are going to change the choreography. You just need to be prepared for that.
Like, if you're doing a kick line, they're gonna say, you know what? We don't have enough room. Half of you are gonna go down in the pit and do a whole different choreography that I'm just gonna teach you now, and you have to memorize it by Friday. Your first step.
I know it's stressful.
Yeah.
And that's the director. Well, you'll be learning this entire choreography just during rehearsals, and then the director will switch it up on you, and you just have to be flexible.
Yeah.
All right.
Day 3.
Wednesday.
So Wednesday is when costumes come in.
Costumes are hard.
Yeah. So cast A, it normally runs with the costumes first, and everybody who's in cast B does it in their normal. Oh, did we mention when you're at Tech Week, wear all black every day, all black.
And wear undergarments.
Yeah, wear your undergarments every day and wear all black every day. That's just necessary. But
Wednesday is probably the hardest because Thursday it's better because like what the costumes are going to be like.
It's definitely harder if you're in cast A during Tech Week, because like in cast A, you're the guinea pigs. You're the ones that get all the call outs. You're the ones who have to who they're like, okay, you made all these mistakes, and then cast B can learn from cast A's mistakes and just do what cast A did wrong right.
I know. And Wednesday is stressful because there's always like, oh, I lost my shoe. That's happened to me many times. Oh, I can't find this piece of my clothing. I didn't know we were supposed to wear undergarments. Where's my hair tie? Where I thought I didn't know I had to wear my ensemble stuff today. I thought it was my on night. It's just
and there's always that kid in your dressing room that takes your costume by accident.
Oh my God.
So you're gonna you're gonna be in a dressing room. They're all gonna be an ensemble, and you're each gonna have to wear like a dress. And this person's the same size as you. They put on your dress by accident
because they don't see the tags that has your name on it.
And you say, "Excuse me, that's my dress," and they're like, "No, this one's mine." So you end up wearing somebody else's dress, and it was kind of like pinned and stuff to fit them, so it doesn't fit you.
And then you get in trouble for wearing their dress.
Yeah, even though they were the one that took your dress in the first place.
It's very stressful for everyone, especially the director. The director probably has it hardest because they're in charge of everything.
Yeah.
And like
more.
And one thing that you shouldn't try to do to the director, and I've made this mistake many times and it's not good.
Talk to them.
Never talk to them about non-important things. Like they have to do this. They're figuring out the lighting. They're figuring out the cue. Don't walk up to them and be like,
I have to go to the bathroom.
Don't walk up to them and be like, hey, this isn't pinned right. Don't do that. They have more important things.
Don't walk up to them and say, I have to go to the bathroom.
Just go.
No.
Just go. Ask someone else.
Basically, I think it's 13. I think 13 and over can go to the bathroom themselves. 12 and under need to ask a 13-year-old and and over, or a green room mom.
No, I think it's 6th grade and up can go by themselves.
Probably, yeah.
It's hard because you also have all the props, and with all the props, there's always that one kid that touches everyone else's props when.
Even though they say if it's not your prop, don't touch it. The kids
they're still gonna touch it, and they're still gonna break it, and it's still gonna happen.
Can I tell a little bit of a story?
Sure.
So I like to call this story I like telling to show how focused you have to be during Tech Week. So one time I'm not gonna say which show because I actually don't think I remember. So I was in Cast A, and my double, I know who they are, but I'm not gonna say their name. But my double was texting her friend it was like one night that we were running Cast B, and they were texting their friend, and they called like our part onto the stage, and they were just texting their friends. They didn't hear, so I got up and went for them, and they started yelling at me, and I was kind of like, but it was your fault that you weren't paying attention. So my first instinct was to go up for them.
Like, you have to be on time. You can't just forget it, because then if you don't hear it, your double is going to go on stage for you, and you can't be upset about that because it's your fault. You didn't.
It was like, so when it's your off night, you're basically in the ensemble. So if you're gonna be if you're in the ensemble and you notice that your double hasn't said a line and it's their line, just say it for them. They're not gonna realize that you were supposed to be on the ensemble that night. They're gonna think it was your line.
The audience doesn't have the script in hand. They
yeah,
don't
and even if they did, they don't know who plays which character.
No.
Like, they might realize, but like, yeah.
Thursday and Friday, Wednesday and Thursday are pretty much the same thing.
Thursday is a little less stressful
because you already had the experience on Wednesday.
Yeah.
You already know what to do. You already know where the costumes are. You already know how to pin it. You already know.
Yeah. And you've talked to your double about the challenges about the costumes, and they give you everything you need to know about the costume. Like, it's really hard to do a high kick in this costume. Because the pants are really tight. Like,
yeah. I have another story about Tech Week. Is it okay if I say it? Okay.
Yeah.
So there was one time in Tech Week where I was really sick. It was just didn't like have a stomach bug or anything. I just had a really bad cold. I couldn't make it to one of the shows, but that was okay because it was like my off night and I was ensemble. So,
I think I remember that.
My person just covered for me. Mm-hmm. I was super sick, but I still pushed through it, and I went. I didn't go to school that day, that Friday. And everyone was really upset and like worried for me, which was like, I was like, oh, that's so sweet. And then there was like this one time where I got like really sick, and I like started like, there was like, I think it was like, I don't want to like gross anyone out, but it was basically like phlegm, and I was in the bathroom, and I like sort of coughed it up a little because it was like hurting my voice, and everyone was like, Sydney threw up, and I was like, nope, I didn't. And that was really nice that everyone was like that everyone cared, because in musical theater, everyone really cares about each other and everyone knows each other. And so if you're sick, yeah, and then also the directors, if you're sick, they're going to be like, if you don't feel good for this scene, just don't go. If you don't feel good, don't go on. Just go on to the next scene.
It's not like a sports team. Like, I I do swim team, half the kids are mean to me and like think they're so much faster than me, even though I'm faster than them. And they won't let me go ahead of them. And it's like, it's not like that in musical theater. You don't care if you don't get the lead. You congratulate your friends who got the lead. You don't say, I wanted the lead. You say, good job, you got the lead.
Yeah, not all sports teams are like that. For a disclaimer, just musical theater is just really tight-knit and nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
like if your sports team's not like that, I'm just saying that's an example of one of my sports teams that's like that.
One more story, and then we'll move on.
Yeah.
We have this program called Tiny Thespians, and we all
they're so cute.
We always nicknamed them the Tinies because they're really small and cute. They're like 5. They're 5.
They're like 4 and 5 years old.
And they're pretty oblivious, and they're pretty like cute, and mostly their parents kind of some of them like really want to be there. Some of them just don't.
I'm kind of stuck babysitting them. I go down there, they've got their coloring books, and I sit on the floor with crayons and start coloring in the coloring book because
I know. Oh my gosh. There's always like, it's kind of like we take shifts babysitting them. And it's like the green room parents, like we do them because sometimes the green room parents can't do that. Sometimes the green room parents are trying to cue people. So
do you ever feel like the green room parents are more caught up with keeping the older kids quiet and stuff than working with the tinies?
Yes. Oh my gosh. The Tiny Thespians are actually like super respectful and quiet. And the older kids, they're running around like this is like and shouting like this is Coachella.
Even though they've told us 1,000 times, don't yell, don't run, don't yell, don't run. You're gonna get hurt. One time somebody fell and like started bleeding. People are still running around. Like, why?
And then the Tiny Thespians, one Tiny Thespian walked upstairs while my dad, he was working backstage, like helping with moving the set and everything. And I think it was Newsies. And then this 5-year-old, he sneaked upstairs past the green room moms because they're very sneaky, actually.
Yeah, because they're so tiny.
They're so tiny. They can just get lost in the crowd. And he just wandered upstairs, and then with no adult, he was literally 5 years old. And my dad, he just sort of looked at him and was like, what's going on, dude? And he's just like, oh, I don't know where I'm supposed to be. And he was just like, okay, come on downstairs. Because it's
I don't want to cut you off, but before we have to go, we have a few audience questions.
Right.
This one is from Alexa in Seattle. She says,
in Seattle,
what should I do to prepare for going into Tech Week?
Don't take any time for granted. Be on time, be respectful, get your homework done beforehand, and be prepared. Be prepared that it's going to be hectic.
And then this one is from Max and Vivian, they're siblings, and they are from Massachusetts. And they say, does the show change at all during the course of Tech Week?
I think yes, because the choreography is changing and the set's changing, and there's a lot of change during Tech Week. You may be practicing something beforehand and then it completely changes. What do you think, Clara? Do you think it changes?
Yeah, sometimes they'll be like, okay, so they're going to do a big, long kick line. And then they're going to end up saying, nope, half of you are going to go to the pit because we don't have enough room. And then this one, this one looks like the last one. It is from Josh in Idaho. How do I deal with Tech Week stress, time management, and school?
That's a great question, Josh. Tech Week stress, it's always going to be there. Like you're going to get stressed a couple of times, and that's just part of it. Don't
Time
take,
management with school.
don't
So-
take any time for granted. Don't take
Yeah.
any time for granted.
Get your bring your homework, do your hair, your makeup, and put your undergarments on all at home. Do that at home. And once you get there, if you're not going straight on, start doing your homework right away.
Don't take any time for granted. You can't, like, if you're at home, don't just like chill on the couch eating chips. Get your homework done. Get your makeup done.
Get
Look
your
over your
undergarments on. Practice.
look over your lines. Practice your choreography. Text your friends about what time they're getting there and what
Even,
time
like,
and
Yeah, if you have questions, text your friends who might have answers instead of asking one of the adults.
don't
Because
ask
they
the
might
adult.
have the answer.
And you can't really, and never, I repeat, never say, oh, I'll just do my homework during dinner break.
Yeah.
Because it will not happen. We both know it will not happen.
Yeah. One, you might get caught up talking to your friends and be like, oh, dinner break's over. I didn't do any of my homework. And two, if that doesn't happen, you're going to spill food on your homework and you're going to regret it.
I know. And even if you bring it on a computer, you're going to forget it somewhere. Don't do your homework during dinner break. You may do it before. Don't do it after because you need to go to bed straight away when you get home because sometimes we don't get home until really late. Sometimes I don't get home until like 9:30. And so I go to bed straight away because I need energy for tomorrow.
Yeah,
Don't so
with how much homework I get, I'm gonna, if I get home at 9:30, I'm gonna end up going to bed at like 10:30 by doing my homework and getting ready for bed. And then I'm not gonna have enough sleep and I'm gonna be super tired and I'm gonna forget all my lines next day.
Just don't do your homework beforehand. Do it if you have a study hall at schools. Do it during study hall. Maybe do it when you have like a little break in between scenes. Do like a problem here or there, but make sure you pay attention.
Yeah. Also, if you get your homework before lunch at school, just do it during lunch.
Do it during lunch. Like,
it's gonna save you so much time and it's gonna let you actually talk to your friends during tech week instead of being all up in your homework.
I know. And sometimes during dinner breaks, you may think that you have half an hour, but you may think that you have half an hour to do dinner, but then maybe the costume person will pull you over and have you do a thing, or maybe the director will have some notes for you, or maybe they'll have to cut it a little short because we're running late. You have no idea what will happen, so don't be dependent on that dinner break.
Yeah, one time one of the costume people pulled me over because they noticed like my skirt was falling down because it didn't fit. So they pulled me over and I ended up having like 5 minutes to eat dinner. So it didn't like really, you've gotta eat fast too. Eat fast, pack something small that's also like hearty and will
pack like a sandwich.
Yeah, pack like a sandwich and a bag of carrots.
Don't pack like a 3-course meal. Don't be eating a 3-course meal that's like soup and Jello or anything like that.
Yeah, and don't pack like a chocolate chip cookie, like a thermos of soup, a juice box.
Anything that could really spill. Eat food that you can eat. Don't take your sweet time. Don't take your sweet time like nibbling on a bag of baby carrots. Sit down, eat, and then get changed again.
And don't, I repeat, don't. I know this sounds stupid, but don't go to the bathroom during dinner. Just don't. It might seem like the smartest idea because that's when you have your costume off. but it's not. You're just gonna waste time from dinner.
And there's gonna be a huge line.
Yeah, because that's when everybody goes to the bathroom.
Everyone has the same idea. Go to the bathroom.
Especially if you don't have especially if it's dinner break and you're not in the next 5 scenes, go to the bathroom and then get changed and then get ready for your scene.
Don't go during dinner because it's probably a line 5 miles long and you will not have time to eat.
And then you're not gonna have time to eat. And if you're not gonna have time to eat because you're gonna have 10 minutes to eat and then you're not gonna finish your food.
All right, I think that's it. Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of our podcast. Tune in next week for the show. Wow.
Oh no. And thank you to Kids Connection for sponsoring us, where kids can be kids and become leaders.
Thank you so much for watching. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.